Now we're moving on to part 2 of the video series on recruitment and orientation. In this part 2 of the video series, we're going to look at procedures for making applications. And in general, there are 3 ways that we can make applications for jobs. These are letters with curriculum vitae or resume, and that can be broken down into two ways. The solicited application, which is an application in response to an advertisement, and the unsolicited application, which is making an inquiry through application for any job available that suits your skills and qualifications. And the third procedure is the application form. For students like yourself who are now in the process of writing CSEC or who have recently been graduates from the O-level program or A-level program, you would be required to prepare a resume which has less information in terms of the amount of details than the curriculum vitae. For persons who have been through many jobs or have changed career paths or have a fuller cadre of qualifications, they will be preparing the curriculum vitae. So let's look at this process. So an example of an advertisement would be for a recent CSEC graduate would be a vacancy for a junior receptionist. So if you're looking at the advertisement, what should be noted is where was the solicited application, where was the advertisement placed, and here we are told that it was placed in the National Express newspaper of May 5th, 2021. Now this is fictional and it's just for demonstration purposes. You have the post being advertised, which is the junior receptionist, and they give you a job profile, the requirements necessary, and a deadline date for applying for the job. They give you at the bottom of the advertisement the address where the advertisement has to go, the address of the company. And as you will know from doing the human resource office, the human resource manager would be responsible for receiving applications for jobs. So what we have on screen here is a format for or a template for a solicited letter of application. Note that solicited means it's in response to a vacancy. So here we have the parts of the letter being shown. So this first part of the letter is the sender's return address, meaning you, the student who are applying for the position, would be, your address would be here. You enter 2 clear lines of space, the current date, the date on which the letter is being written. Enter 2 clear lines of space, the addressee's name and address, and in this case, in response to the vacancy we have just seen, it would be to the human resource manager, and the lines of the address would come under the address. The salutation comes after the addressee's name and address or inside name and address. And a point to note here is that the salutation must match the complimentary clause. So if the salutation says dear sir, dear madam, or dear sir, madam, it must match correspondingly with the complimentary clause. And we're going to look at that when we get down to that portion of the letter. If the salutation names an individual, dear Mr. Batiste, dear Miss Batiste, the complimentary clause must also match this salutation where you use the person's name. When we are doing the solicited letter in paragraph 1, we state where we saw the vacancy advertised, what position is being applied for, and why you are applying for the application, why you are applying for the job position. In paragraph 2, you should give details of why you are a suitable candidate for the position. Sell yourself, but don't do that in such a way that you restate or write what is in your resume. Simply state facts about your skills, abilities, knowledge, anything that will give your letter a little more weight or attraction to the potential employer. If you are attaching a resume, indicate that a resume is attached in this paragraph. Paragraph 3, you should conclude the letter, state your willingness to be interviewed, and give your contact information. So 3 brief paragraphs. Following that, the complimentary clause and the signatory block, which includes your signature and your name. So G. Medford would be the sender, and above that name, typewritten or written out, would be my signature. Now, in terms of the matching salutation and complimentary clause, here you can see if you use there, sir, madam, your letter should end with yours faithfully. If you use there, Mr. Batiste, your letter should end with yours sincerely. Note here that the Y is in initial caps and the F is in lowercase. The Y is in caps and the S is in lowercase. And this is the correct format for typing a letter. When you look at the letter of application, this one is done in the fully blocked style. And for students of EDPM, you would also note that open punctuation is used when we are typing fully blocked letters. That is, no punctuation is used in the date inside name, address, salutation, and complimentary clause. So, in other words, if you are typing the date, that format should be May 10th, 2021 with no commas. At the end of each line of the address, no commas. After the salutation, no commas. After the complimentary clause, no commas. So only the body of the letter is punctuated in the normal way. Okay? So this is how the solicited letter of application is prepared. Normally, a solicited letter of application or an unsolicited letter of application is accompanied by a resume. So let's have a look at the resume format. So looking at this template for the resume, you have a breakdown of your personal information, which gives information about your name, date of birth, marital status, address, telephone number, and your email address. Some persons like to start their resume with their work experience, while other persons like to start their resume with their education and qualifications. What you have to note when preparing the resume is that the most recent dates always come first. So, for example, if you have worked in January 2021 and you have worked in February 2019, January 2021 will come first, the position you held, some brief information on duties performed, which is optional, and following that, the next most recent date, which would have been February 2019. So under work experience, you are to state the year, the position held, duties performed, education and qualifications, the most recent first. So if you are a current CSEC graduate within the last academic year, or if you are presently writing the CSEC examination or about to, that year will come first. For the education and qualifications, you are to state the year, the school you attended, and the subjects and grades you would have attained. So if you have completed CSEC, you write your subject and the grade follows. If you have not yet received a grade or are awaiting results, you can prepare the resume and type the subject and awaiting results in this section. And remember, your resume is something that has to be continuously updated based on work experience, qualifications, and any other achievements that you may have received from the previous posting of your resume. Another section of the resume is other achievements, and here you would state any certificates of excellence, certificates of participation, any awards won, the year, and the achievement, whatever it is, and from which body would have given you this award or given you these certificates. And just like in the previous sections, work experience and education and qualifications, the most recent achievement must be placed first. Your hobbies should follow: basketball, example, singing, reading, and anything that you enjoy doing. And in terms of references or referees who should be given in your resume, you have to give information on at least 2 referees, and it is broken down by name, the referee's occupation, address, contact information. And what is of important note here is that you must seek permission from someone before you can use their name as a referee or reference. So, for example, students who wish to use my name would have to first ask my permission and get my permission before adding my name as a source of reference or a referee on their resume. So I'm challenging you to prepare a solicited letter of application in response to the advertisement posted, which will be this advertisement for the junior receptionist, and also prepare a resume to accompany this solicited letter of application. Good luck to you.